Yo, what's up YouTube? Back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the Steelers-Texans matchup. Like I predicted a long time ago, I predicted the Steelers to be 2-0 at the start of the season, and I projected the Texans to be 0-2, and look at that. Unfortunately, the Texans are a good team, but their opening schedule is very difficult. Obviously, they played the Chiefs week 1 and the Ravens week 2. Debatably the best two teams in the NFL. Obviously, they are. And then they play the Steelers week 3, which I thought were going to be a good team, and it turns out they look pretty good. In my week 2 video, I said the Steelers could potentially win week 3, just because the Texans were going to get destroyed by the Ravens, and look at that. It happened once again. But we got to approach this from both sides of the ball. Let's look at this Texans team. But before we look at the team, of course, please hit that subscribe button. We appreciate all the support. Let's get to 1,000 before week 4. Let's go. All right, looking at this Texans team, like I predicted a long time ago, I thought their passing game was going to be troublesome because of DeAndre Hopkins. And of course, I wouldn't say it was that bad, but without Hopkins, this passing game obviously looked a little bit worse. Brandon Cooks, I guess you could say he stepped in. Will Fuller, I think he was injured, I believe, because he had 0 receptions in my fantasy. I'm just assuming he was injured. But Rip, the passing game kind of sucked. It was just kind of disappointing. Obviously, I don't think the Texans really played bad week 2. They played pretty good, but the Ravens defense was just on it. Like, the turnovers were very nice. The interceptions for the Ravens were very nice. I don't think any other team would have gotten those picks. And, just because of that, the Ravens easily won that game. Obviously, the Texans defense, it played pretty nicely, I'm not going to lie. J.J. Watt had a nice day. He got to Lamar. Quick, speedy Lamar. He got to him a couple times. I believe J.J. Watt got 2.5 sacks maybe. Pretty good day for the defense. But like I said, the turnovers from the offense just led to Ravens touchdowns. If the turnovers didn't occur, Texans could have, competed in that game. One thing that, the Texans defense struggled with, though, of course, was that passing game. I believe the Texans defensive line is very nice. It's one of the best. But their passing game, their secondary, it's pretty bad. Marquise Hollywood-Brown was tearing up. Of course, Mark Andrews did not get any, he didn't have any notable plays. Good job there stopping him. But Hollywood-Brown was laying it up. The downfield passes were just evident. So what does that mean? Let's look at the Steelers team. Obviously, if I say the Texans passing game, their passing defense was horrible, let's look at the Steelers passing game with Big Ben, Diontae Johnson, Juju, Chase Claypool, and of course the master himself, James Washington. One thing that I believe I predicted months ago was the rise of Diontae Johnson. And of course, week 2, this dude, absolute monster. He carried that passing game in the third quarter. I think his nickname should be Mr. Third Quarter, because when you look at Diontae Johnson, man, this dude looks like an absolute garbage can in the first half of the game. Like, he fumbles punts. He can't catch anything. Third quarter, oh my, this dude lights it up. And of course, the punt return game, Diontae Johnson, I bet money he's on that Pro Bowl team this year, if they have a Pro Bowl, of course, because his returns were special. He was making everyone miss. He had that touchdown in return. Of course, it was called back, but the following play, Chase Claypool, the 84-yard touchdown. So the passing game could be, pretty difficult for the Texans defense to stop, just because Diontae Johnson was lighting it up. Just adds to the threats of Juju. And Chase Claypool, deep threat downfield. Honestly, I'm looking at this game. How do I think the Steelers offense is going to approach it? Not by running the ball, by throwing the ball. It's kind of common sense. I believe that's going to happen the entire majority of the game. It's definitely going to be, I'd say, like 80-70% of the plays are passing plays. Now let's talk about the Steelers defense, obviously the best in the NFL. If you looked at the score of the Broncos game, you're probably wondering why the Broncos scored so many points with the best defense. It was because, the turnover of the day. I believe the Steelers should have won that game by 20 points, but that Benny Snell fumble completely changed the momentum of the game. almost lost them the game when the Broncos had a 4th and 2 with a minute left. But of course, the defense clutched up. Their quarterback for the Broncos played a nice game. He didn't allow too many sacks. He got the ball down the field fast. And, Bud Dupree, TJ Watt had their moments. But what I didn't like about the Steelers' defense was their secondary. I'm obviously, they got the Pro Bowlers, Minka, Joe Hayden. But Steven Nelson and Joe Hayden got abused. And that's straight up facts right there. They got abused on every play. They got abused by Courtland Sutton down the field. KJ Hamler. Obviously, Melvin Gordon scored a touchdown. It's hard to watch, especially with that talented of a secondary. But the linebacker, freaking Devin Bush, played an amazing game. Couple nice hits. And, this defense overall played pretty nice. If it wasn't for the Benny Snell fumble, of course, I believe this game would have been a complete shutout. Steelers would have went down the field with that 12-point lead they had and just scored another touchdown or a field goal. But that Benny Snell fumble completely changed the tide of the game. Overall, who do I think is going to win this game, the Texans or the Steelers? I think the Steelers have a shot at this game if it's in Houston, but it's in Pittsburgh, luckily for them. And I think the Texans have a shot at winning this game here in Pittsburgh. Who do I think is going to, perform well in this game? I think Deontay Johnson and Juju, maybe Chase Claypool are going to have very nice games. The running game for the Steelers, not going to be good. Along with the Texans, I believe their passing game and, of course, Deshaun Watson scrambling the ball could be a pretty nice benefit for them. If Deshaun Watson doesn't get sacked, he gets, time in the pockets. If he escapes TJ and Bud Dupree, then I believe he's going to have some explosive plays downfield to Brandon Cooks. Overall, I think the Steelers probably should win this game. I think it's going to be a close one. Maybe the Texans put up a fight, maybe win the game. But I'm going to have the Steelers winning this game by, give me a 7 points lead. I'm only saying this because I feel like fourth quarter, the Steelers are going to be, tied, maybe up by a field goal. And then they're going to score a field goal or a touchdown. Overall, I think the final score of the game is going to be 27-20. Pittsburgh Steelers win. I definitely believe the Texans' defensive line, if it plays very nice, if it gets to bend fast, this game's over. So we're just going to have to see what happens. I got Pittsburgh in this game starting 3-0 and the Texans starting 0-3. So what do you think? Comment down your thoughts in the description. I want to know your thoughts on the game. A little fun fact. Week 2, currently Monday, and there's been every game played except for the Saints Raiders. Week 2, I've gotten every pick right, so don't discredit this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Adios.